importance of de-dollarization and the imperative of interlinking of the CBDCs of the BRICS countries. So thank you for a nice presentation. And finally, may I now request Professor Khurana Saab, who is an advisor to MERI Group of Institutions. He is going to enlighten us on BRICS initiatives since 2023, geopolitical, trade, and economic implications. Professor Khurana, please.
Thank you, Professor Jain. I have a great advantage. I am the last academic speaker. Most of what I wanted to say has already been said. On the other hand, there are some things which are still unsaid. So take it as dessert, take it as a cherry on the cake, whatever I have to say, or a gulab jamun. But I would need that 10 minutes because I have sort of a job of kind of summing up, not real summing up, of what is main points. So I will knit them in. I will knit them in what I have to say. Okay, can we have first slide, please? 5.1. Meanwhile, sitting, I have created 5 versions, and every version becomes old, by the time next section comes. Okay, so out of the topic we had given, I had, and my colleague, Dr. Deepshikha Karla, may I recognize her, please, Dr. Karla? I'm a co-author with her, and she is very busy, so she has asked me to speak. Now, so I had carved out BRICS growth, current status, mutual currency payments, e-rupee, and linking BRICS CBDCs. And Mr. Sharma just almost touched all of them. Now, so this is gone also. So I will just change the topic. Okay, but briefly go through all of them. Next slide, please. I put this up not just to say what are these names and all that. By now we are familiar, but to see it more from the management point of view. We'll do a SWOT analysis. Pick up some industries and see what these 11 countries are saying. Let's pick up oil. They have about 50% of the production and they have about 50% of the consumption. They are self-sufficient. They don't have to go to anybody. Pick up grains. Put Brazil in. Put Russia in. Wheat. You are sufficient. Have to go anywhere else. Then pick up satellites. With the Gorky satellite, which is being experimented in Russia, I just read in Russian, 36 LEOs, they will have a communication satellite system, and they've already offered to the BRICS. They don't need to go to anybody else. India can provide it, China can provide it. In other words, to global South requirements at much cost and with orders of magnitude latest technology, right, can be delivered. Chips, take the same thing. Mobiles, same thing. So we start thinking of industries, like say oil. Indonesia puts in its bit, Ethiopia puts in its bit, and Suez Canal should be widened so that that particular insecurity which is there goes away. And this group can do it actually. Okay. Next one, please. So that kind of SWOT analysis should be done for the next 10, 11 countries coming in. We are not then, you have strategic autonomy then, as Raj said. Okay, concept of BRICS, 2 parties are credited for it. Deputy Foreign Minister of Russia in 1998 and our friend Jim O'Neill from the company you just named, JP Morgan, yes, hedge fund manager, who had said it in the form of the emerging countries in 2001, that these are the emerging countries. If you look after them, you are in good business, right? Okay, so his point was right. Really, it takes off 2009, right? And in my view, it takes off in 2014, when the initiatives, earlier initiatives, grouping, etc., they don't have office yet, right? Office was shifting with the countries in charge. And with the formation of NP and the infrastructure company. Okay, next one. Well, now 11 countries, The numbers are now well known, 46 of world's population and 35.6 of global GDP, PPP. I will not go into the details of these, but fine, which means it is substantial, right? It's substantial. Now, agenda for summit 26 is not yet out. Maybe we can contribute something to it. The usual things where the groups have already been formed. AI group is there, vaccine group is there, satellite group is there, all the relevant technologies we talked about. So it is like a corporate actually. This is not talking about what is multilateralism and what is so on and so forth. Nor they have ever uttered the word de-dollarization. If we want to use the word, then it is dollar dependence or dollar resilience. Where is the question of de-dollarization? We are not going to go and pick up their bills and destroy them or something. No, it's not de-dollarization, but somehow that word has got caught on and creates confusion also and creates that kind of fear also. So we have already talked about it, and main thing will be the RBI was given the responsibility of proposing the initiative on digital currencies cross-border, right? So they have already prepared the report. So RBI is taking the lead. In other words, the reason I am saying is that the tasks have been divided. Different countries are doing different tasks. Brazil is also doing it. South Africa is also doing it. In other words, it is that kind of equality concept, right? And so is also the NDB. Each one of them was pinned for $20 billion, right? So nobody's got higher percentage than the others. Next. Oh, this is all right. Populations and all that. The only thing it shows is that yes, India, China, and Russia are in some sense dominant. But then these $1 trillion, $2 trillion adds up, right? And to say, after all, EU is also 27 countries, right? By the time we are 27 countries here, we would be more GDP and population than EU itself. In other words, intra-BRICS trade will be so powerful. And if the equations are right, if the barriers are less, the costs of logistics are lesser, the cost of financing is lesser, then this will be a better mode, and that is why it will succeed, not because of any philosophy or so on. Next, beta. Okay, so these are rest of the countries. Chaliye, next. Yeah. Now NDB, just to have a look at that, they have approved $32 billion worth of loans yet, 96 projects, no, it's 120 latest number. Okay, then the type of projects. Just if I take first three in each one of them, renewable energy, 2400 megawatt generation capacity, then transport infrastructure, then water and sanitation, right? So they are doing what a development bank does, right? And at lower cost, lower net cost. So next, where have they financed it? They financed it everywhere. They have financed to non-members also. Bangladesh got 71 millions project signed, right? Vietnam, when it was not a member, got a project signed. So they have been given to what might be called global south countries, even if they are not members. Actually, that's not essential. Next. Now a little bit more than what Mr. Sharma has said, or Mr. Sharma has said, 2-3 people have said. RBI has proposed linking of BRICS digital currencies. Each one of them is putting up digital currency. Ours is e-rupee. And that is renminbi or is something else. China's e-renminbi, e-renminbi. Okay, to facilitate cross-border transactions. Therefore, then they will not involve. If I am not buying things in dollars, why do I need loan of dollars? Why do I need transactions in dollars? If I am putting up a sanitation system here in Gurgaon, which is very bad, right? What do I need? 99.5% money I will need is rupees. So there can be a local currency loan, which I will come to, that they have started floating. Next, this will be meant interoperability has to be there, and I think in this particular summit, they will decide that. They will decide that, yes. Now the unit system. A potential unit system, some people call it BRICS Pay. We should not yet call it BRICS Pay, because actually BRICS Pay is what will threaten the US and the West, right? Why call it? So they're saying a unit system backed by a gold equivalent standard is being explored to facilitate international trade and reduce transaction costs. Next. Now what will this unit have? Next please. NDB again a little bit more, 100 billion authorized capital, $50 billion paid up, $50 billion callable, equal shares. That's it. Yeah, next. By the way, how many of you know who the first chairperson of NDB was? Raise your hands. Let me give you a hint. Indian. Indian. My classmate, yeah. Vaman Kamath of the ICICI was the first chairperson of and the second one, Delma Duzov, was the president of Brazil before Mr. Lula took over. So it's very senior people who are working this out, and they know the system fairly well. And they don't want to go that fast. So they have figured out $5 to $6 billion per annum is what they will finance. Right? They don't want to jump into it. Thank God they don't have any bad projects so far. Next one. Now why we are saying cooperation is possible. You can have mutual currency trade. You can have digital currencies. You can have a unit, and slowly you build it up. Then you have a mutual system where you don't have to go anywhere else. Because shift costs are substantial. Two banks are involved. Your bank here, their bank there, third bank here, fourth bank there. Everybody wants their commission. Now, what are the areas of cooperation? Everybody has talked about it. So this is just a summary. BRICS countries cooperate in various areas, including economy and trade, international peace and security. Now, security, I think our friends from the Army and Air Force have gone, but the recent what you call joint exercise of the Cape of Good Hope or of South Africa should not be taken as India was to join, did not join, doesn't matter. Iran was there, Russia was there, China was there. Then next point. Next point here is that Gorky series of satellites of Russia. So they are at the last stage of actually launching it themselves, and they're offering it for all the BRICS. Third, Zedong, some Chinese name, I may be wrong, Zedong 1 is the first quantum satellite made. That has been experimented between China and South Africa. So in other words, this set of countries become part of the circle. And of course, with that's a Q band. With quantum satellites, the other satellite technology becomes redundant. Next, please. So, that humanitarian sphere, committees have been formed now in all areas: science, education, technology, culture, and within that, vaccine, for AI, so on. And they will be giving their committees in the summit. Sustainable development, addressing climate change, energy and environmental and technology, promoting innovation, entrepreneurship and technology. So this process has now started. Earlier, it was just at a seed level. So let's spend 1 or 2 minutes on future outlook, 14. See, in my view, luckily the debate has not got stuck on this unilateralism and multilateralism. We are doing this not because we want to be multilateral. We are doing this not because we want to de-dollarize. It's because there is some other basic need. We are at similar levels of technology. Somebody is good at something else, somebody is good at something else. And rather than rediscovering wheels, we can all share things with them. And if that atmosphere is there, then the peace will be there. If I am trading a lot, I don't think I'll fight. And so also the other people. There is likely to be a leadership struggle between India and China. In this SEO, China is all there, Eurasia it is all there. But I think both are mature economies, mature societies, mature civilizations, and they will be able to handle it. 15, I think I should close there, a number of other things. So again, my confidence is that they're being part of the BRICS. they will be able to handle their leadership problems and even so-called border problems much better. They will see that there is advantage in peace. There is great advantage in peace, otherwise the monies are going to go to something which is infrastructure expenditure, like the armed forces. So, my overall conclusion therefore is that this has become a viable group. It is taking positive steps. So far, nothing negative. It's not likely to be negative because there are balancing factors also. If India kind of misbehaves, then Russia is there as a friend, and vice versa. So with this, we will be over. This will be very, very good thing to watch. It will change the global south. It will change India. Because if you look at the growth rates today and growth rates of Europe and West, by year 2050, we will be back at 1750 figures, which is India and China. India and China will be more than 50% of the world, and the rest will be rest. 2050. There is no reason why it should not happen. They have the STEM manpower, 4-5 million people. We graduate 4-5 million people, 10 million people. That is more than the rest of the world put together. Why should we not progress? Why should we not progress? So with this, I thank the organizers for giving the opportunity. Thank you, Chairman. You did not stop me.